Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Adventures in Arcane Space. Once again, I am the Dungeon Master, AuldDragon, and the players are...
Hi, I'm David Big Mac Shepherd. I play Braxon Miacc, who's a human statue from an asteroid near Brow.
Hi everyone, I'm Takami-sama and I play Solas Ebha, who is Half-Elven Cleric Mage of Ogma.
Hey, I'm James. I play Ockar, human paladin from Brawl, and I am the captain now that we fixed Braxon.
Hello, everyone. I'm Salem Motor. I play Finnel'ar Mohani, a druid from Grey Space.
Hi, I'm Levalithana, an elven wild mage, and she looks at Ockar and says, you think.
Hey there, I'm Sakat. I play Lafdul Moonglade, a elven specialty priest of Aravan, and occasionally a thief who's from Realm Space. Remember me, his gimmick is coming up with fun titles, and I gave myself a rather annoying last word of one. Yeah, the obnoxious obfuscator. Yeah, I'm struggling with that one.
Obfuscator, yeah.
Obfuscator.
Yeah. I like the way you can all just pronounce that. You just get some words you just can't do. I can say obfuscate.
I mean, it helps that it is not exactly an uncommon word in things that I write or read.
When was the last time you wrote obfuscator in it?
Well, not obfuscator, but I have written obfuscate multiple times.
Yeah, obfuscate is not too uncommon.
It's
obfuscation.
Obfuscator.
It's a lot easier.
Is that any of your recent monster deities?
Not recent, but I'm pretty sure I used that in Xemned. Appropriately enough, a beholder deity. Considering what
maybe we're able to say the word easier because we're less British.
I might be looking up obfuscate on the Piazza to see how many times Ald has said it later.
I mean, I haven't posted on the Piazza very often, so...
I vote we use Braxon as a statue, as a scarecrow on our plans while he's... so we can get some benefit from him.
How are his arms? Are they in front of him or on the side, like a cross?
What kind of expression is he making?
So we left off last time. The party had had a very dangerous and exciting fight against a beholder and a hive mother and their servants. Did succeed in defeating them. Braxon decided to get stoned. He just, they had some really good pipe weed for him, and he just was excited about that. But Braxon, are you ready to rock this place?
Can I have quick rules clarification? Is Braxon allowed to think puns while he's a stone?
No.
No.
Is he allowed to think at all?
But Big Mac the player is absolutely allowed to.
Yes.
Oh well.
As far as Braxon is concerned, no time has passed since the beam hit him. Like when he is unpetrified, there is going to be no gap in time.
So then
I think when the viewers do a bad pun, then they should actually pay in bits. How about that?
We can't enforce that.
It's an honor system.
I do like what the Dracophile said.
Exactly.
No, it's not nice. It's not nice.
Sadly, while the idea is a way to getting wealth, it is not legally enforceable.
So what shall we do today?
Oh God! Can we punish our DM a bit?
I have rerolls, so no. I am like unto God for this role-playing world.
If I pay you in bits, can I steal your rerolls?
No. You can pay me in bits. You can try it. Okay, let me rephrase. Yes, you can, but I will not tell you how much you need to pay.
He said he's bribable, so try.
I mean, Ockar did slip a few fivers under the table last time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were all stuck together as like a big chain.
It's good to know that that your opinion it has a price.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely bribable.
He said that many times, so
Mhm,
there's
mhm.
nothing new about that.
Yep. I mean, it's just like, if you're sitting at an actual tabletop game and one of the players brings the pizza and the chips and the soda, I mean, hey, that player, their character might get the better treasure for the adventure,
True.
So indeed, we left off last time. The party did manage to defeat the Beholder and the Hive Mother. Braxon was petrified, and we ended right basically at the end of the fight. So you guys are catching your breath. Some of the goblins have advanced up.
Well, Lafdul's
some-
going to stop the smoke, but as he's
Okay.
stopping the smoke, he hopes it works, the command rider he got. And he's rifling this goblin for a new holy summon because he badly needs one. It's been like 2 months.
Okay.
I just forgot.
And you do notice as you're doing that Leva's disguise has returned.
Oh, yeah, that's from the thingy.
Yeah, because she's wearing the hat of disguise, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got Braxton's ring, but I'm not wearing it at the moment.
Right.
So I'll look at the dead beholders. I'll look at Braxon, and then I'll look at Margov and say, "Oh, the beholders are dead. Maybe you could use that to convince the others."
She says
One
to
fetch
you,
ring.
"Oh, that's the plan." But do you
One
have
question
anything
per-
to anyone have anything that they want to try with regards to the petrified Braxon in the short term?
Yeah,
I
I'll
have
look at-
something.
I'll look at the cleric and I'll look at the clerics in the party and say, "Can any of you fix that?"
That's an arcane thing, generally speaking, not a clerical thing.
No,
I
clerics
have-
do have that spell, but it's beyond us yet at the moment.
I think Old didn't want the clerics ever having that.
Yeah, it's a wizard spell.
Yeah,
So the
even
6th
though
level
it's-
clerical version doesn't work.
That's the way he's ruled it for the R game anyway. It might be different than
Then I guess I'll look over at Solas and Leva and say, "Can either of you fix that?"
Well, Lafdul
No.
didn't say he couldn't do it. He said I've got something that I can try on him.
Oh, okay.
I gotta wait for the smoke to clear up first though. And I'm securing the goblins.
Okay.
Lafdul's tying up a goblin and looting his pockets for something. A knick-knack.
I guess I'll make sure that Braxton stays stable so that he doesn't fall over or something while we handle things.
Okay. Margoth is speaking to the goblins in Goblin, and you can't. You don't know what she's saying because none of you. I don't think any of you speak Goblin, except Braxon.
No.
Lafdul's the ring.
Right, but Lafdul isn't wearing it, and
Not-
Lafdul's busy looking for a holy symbol.
Yeah. Priorities, right?
And
I
yes,
just think
Leva,
about
they do.
taking off.
I will. I don't need to know what she's saying. I'll just trust that she's doing it right.
So
think the
the
goblins have
tone of
seen
her
us
voice,
as-
she is making an exhortation to them, very loudly and with a commanding presence. But you can't tell what they're saying. The goblins definitely look confused. But Lafdul, what is it that you want to try on Braxon?
Well, I've got 2 wands and 1 wand that I completely forgot about for the longest time is my wand of negation. Because it undoes spell effects. And I don't know if this is a spell effect, but I'm sure as hell gonna try.
That gets rid of yeah, that would not work on a you would know that would not work on a
Alright.
petrification.
What was the other one?
No, I'm just looking at the word. You. All right, no, it's fine. So I was just looking at the wording. It says this totally negates any wand function and makes any other spell or magical function from a device. Oh, from a device.
Right.
Yeah,
From a device.
yeah, I got my wonder, but that's I can try.
I mean, yeah. Let's
Oh.
see. Oh, actually, I forgot to say how many rerolls everyone had. So let me go ahead and do that because you do have one.
I do.
Finn has one. Lafdul has one. Leva has 3. Solas has 2. I, the Dungeon Master, have only 11. So, I mean, you could try a
Braxon has
reroll.
Too many. If you don't know how many you have, then it's too many.
I know how many I have.
How many do you have? Like 12?
I have 11.
Oh,
Oh God. Did you see my question to you?
Yeah, I said that the answer was yes.
Okay.
Marcos
So-
needs those rerolls to take over the community.
I mean, do you want to try the Wand of Wonder?
I can try it.
Before you tried that, maybe we should carry him outside so that some of the more dangerous effects might not.
I mean, if we
Uh,
get a dangerous
al-
effect, then it's kind
Also,
of.
also before you try anything, I think we should wait for Margoth to deal with the goblins.
I have some control over it. I'll
Also-
obviously not pick the.
Does it have a stone in the flesh effect?
It's got the reverse if the target's already petrified.
You'd have to roll a 98 or a 100.
Yeah, but I
Oh.
can flip my rolls up and down. So I got a pretty good. Well, I say pretty good.
Yeah, as a Mischief
Better
Maker,
than
he
most
can.
people.
As a Mischief Maker, he can basically use it to like. He has his choice between whatever is rolled and the surrounding 2 items.
Uh,
Yes.
Question:
Mhm.
If Leva were to use the wand, what would the effect be? If she were to concentrate too?
You can make it duplicate a spell, I believe that you know. Don't have to have it memorized, but you have to know it.
Oh, I just remembered something.
Mhm.
Ockar will pick up Braxton's Ion Stone.
You'll have to go find it.
Yeah, Ockar will go find Braxton's Ion Stone, which fell down somewhere around here.
Yes, in this combat.
Then take Leva's instead. She's looking for hers.
Yeah, the smoke is clearing.
I would think
Uh,
Solas's Ion Stone would be around here, since this was where Solas was when the anti-magic field triggered.
Yeah, I mean you can look for him. That's fine.
Yeah,
As-
Finn will go looking for his as well.
I just really don't want us to forget Braxton's because he's not here to ask for it.
yeah, we're not gonna. There's other things we're gonna do in this place anyway. So
Mm. None of the spells Leva knows would help. She read it from the scroll the last time she used the objective thing with Higimus. Was it Higimus? No, okay.
besides asking, well, there are things that I can think of, but I don't think. Well, actually, I would take Finn aside rather than go to the entire party. And if he would be amenable to a suggestion, I don't know how he'd think about it. But so you know how you've got that ring that summons in the free. You know how Ockar freed one and got a wish. That's also an option. I'm not saying that's something you want to do, but I don't know if it's something you considered. But yeah, sending my wonder and it's just hope we get lucky.
Okay.
We secured the goblins, moved them somewhere or something.
I mean, most of them are unconscious.
I would have tied them up.
Okay.
Wow, tried.
I mean,
disarm them or something.
yeah. This one was nauseous and would not have been in a position to resist you tying him up, especially when there's like 4 or 5 of you and there's just one of him, and the other 3 around here, they've all been knocked out. Like,
Yeah, I kicked this one in the head.
yeah. So they're all
So-
unconscious.
Solas-
It's easy to tie them up if you want to do that.
Solas is paying attention to what is happening with the goblins while Margot is talking to them. If they
Oh.
show signs of aggression, Solas is ready to cast a spell.
Okay.
Oh, Solas, here. I pass him Braxon's ring. I need to wear my rings at the moment because I'm regenerating. And I have
I'll
spells.
take it and switch my ring of armoring for it
Okay.
and focus on the listening.
All right. So Margoth is, and would you be like translating for the rest of the party?
Yeah.
So Margoth is telling the goblins how their leader has put them under the enslavement of these beholders. The beholders are now dead. They have been slain by her and her. The word is more like servant-ish kind of thing. It's allies, but there's definitely an undercurrent of
Underlings.
yeah, henchmen kind of like. So it gives the impression that she's in charge kind of thing. And the goblins are looking at each other nervously. They're not exactly aggressive, but yeah.
The goblins have definitely seen us, or me and Leva, as elves at one point or another.
Some
wondering what
have. I
else.
mean, you did get the smoke going pretty quick, though.
And you can put a hood on yourself.
Yeah, no, I got changed self. I'll make my ears look less elven.
Okay.
And
I mean, some of
maybe
these
a light
goblins,
stubble.
showed up after the smoke was filling the area. So
Yeah.
No, I'm going to do it so, just to be safe, because there's quite the enmity between elves and goblins.
hey, at least they're not hobgoblins.
Yeah. Not that I'm bothered
so
by them, but I'm trying not to add
Yeah.
to any more calamity. Oh, they're working with elves. No, I don't trust you.
yeah. So she is commanding them to follow her to the chieftain, and they begin to go down the corridor away from you guys.
What about the sleeping goblin? Did they take them, or did they?
No,
just left
they
them
have
in our
not.
custody?
She basically prevented them from getting closer. There's some back here that were not.
Non-combatants, or
Well, they weren't non-combatants, but they weren't able to get into the fight and stuff like that, and they didn't know exactly what was going on. They're not going to, like, they would not pose a threat to you, and they understand that. You've just killed beholders, so it's like they don't want to mess with you, but they don't know what's
Yeah.
going on.
The ring allowed me to speak also in Goblin, or
Yes.
just understand.
Speak as well.
I would tell the goblins to drop their weapons and follow Margot
All right, they will go
in
ahead
commanding
and
voice.
do so.
And I would say the rest of the party what I told the goblins.
Okay.
So,
Do we want to try to carry Braxon with us?
no, I don't think we want to move him at this point. He's quite heavy and really hard to move with just us.
we don't know if he's affixed to the ground or if he's just balancing on the ground.
I'm gonna try something. It probably won't work, but it seems like a good idea in my head. I will tap him slightly with the Ring of Macabre.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Yeah, the one that protects you against magical.
I would.
I thought
Switch
it
I
might.
would.
I thought it might disable the stone. Who
Yeah,
knows?
no.
Yeah, worth a shot.
I would. I would suggest to the party that someone stays. Just to make sure that nothing happens to Braxon and the rest of us go see what happens with Margot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Any
I'm
volunteers?
gonna. No, I'll stay with Braxon because I'm gonna ask, try and pray to Aravan to give me a little bit more control over my Wonder.
Okay.
I'm just gonna
You
wish
know.
you luck, and I'm gonna follow after Margov to see how this all goes.
See, I wouldn't wish me luck. I would wish Braxon, to have his form returned. It's a better use of the wish.
Sadly, I already used my wish.
Hey, I wonder what would happen if I meld into stone.
Nothing
Become
good, I would
rotten.
say.
Pretty much.
I have no idea what would happen. That is something that I have literally never considered in any time playing this game.
I'll tell you how I would rule it. You meld into the outer layer of stone, and then they're instantly blocked by his internal organs.
But he's entirely stone.
I thought it was like
my instinct
It'd be like
is
a
that
body double.
I don't
inside
know.
of them.
Like I haven't actually had meld into stone used. I'm just moving some of these goblins out of the way because they don't matter for the most part.
okay.
Did I steal a goblin's lucky charm?
Yes, it is up to you what you want it to be.
Oh, it's lucky charm. Something that looks like a charm.
Okay. All right. It is
a scribe's piece of bone or something.
You've gotten a desiccated rat's foot. Lucky rat's foot.
Hey, that might be all the luck I need. Hopefully, it's not unlucky.
If a rabbit foot is lucky, would that mean that a rat foot is unlucky?
No,
I mean,
not necessarily. He thinks it's lucky.
Was the rabbit foot lucky for the rabbit?
Well, it was equipped on the rabbit, yeah.
Okay. So some of the
Back to
goblins do
anatomy.
accompany Margoth into the central chamber, and they are like just kind of taking up positions to see, what's going on. You guys can go ahead and move your characters down to the room as well.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah, you're there.
Mm-hmm.
It's down here.
Apart from me.
Yeah, no, don't worry. Lafdul's on his lone sentry duty with praying, actually, probably would be. See,
Well,
Aravan
considering
has-
that only Ockar came with me, I think Finn and Leva stayed with you also.
No, they're coming. They're moving their tokens down.
Nah,
Leva is on the way.
but
On
yeah,
the way.
just read about the meld into stone spell, and I would personally rule that once the spell ended, the statue would be violently expelled from the stone, and well, you can think what
It'd
happens then.
explode.
Okay.
It does 4.48 damage when it expels you violently.
All right. So I think that you PCs, you should be just like inside the door, watching, observing, kind of thing, as opposed to right behind her. She would kind of like wave you back so that you're more back there. Okay.
Like this?
Yeah, that's fine. Just somewhere back there.
She could communicate in Dwarven to the party.
No,
She'll tell you in common to hang back, and Solas can be, translating. So she enters the chieftain's hut here and says in Goblin, "You have failed in your duties to the tribe. You let them be dominated by outsiders. I have defeated those outsiders, and I challenge you for leadership." And Solas, you get the impression that the way that she's phrasing this is very formulaic. Like it's she's using a ritualized challenge language.
Yeah.
And there's a like the goblins begin talking and chattering and stuff like that, looking to each other. You are getting the impression that it is highly unusual for a female goblin to be making such a challenge. It's usually like, one of the male goblins, one of the chief's guards. That's the kind of thing that you're getting the impression.
Mm-hmm.
Not a female outsider.
Right. Especially like that. It's a very unusual thing, but she's matched the formula of how it's supposed to be, and the goblins are looking at the chief Grathnak, and he steps forward and very arrogantly says, I did what was needed to save the tribe. They would have killed us all if we hadn't worked with them. But you are nothing. Defeat of them means nothing. I will defeat you easily and keep my place as leader of this tribe. So I did not want to click on that. Thank you. The goblins quickly move back to give them space there in the front. So it is just the two of them there in the center. Margoth, she is injured. I believe she was bitten by the beholder multiple times. But the chief is uninjured. He hefts his dwarven battle axe. You can tell that it has some age to it. And Margoth is just using her staff. Solas, you're picking up some chatter amongst the goblins. Some of them are bewildered on what's going on. They never expected something like this to happen. A couple of them are beginning, are making some bets. You can assume that some of these side rooms are full of goblins at this point. Just assume that there's a lot more goblins around here than the tokens really show. And there's some behind you outside. I'm trying to see what's going on. And
yeah, Solas would translate what happens and also say to the party that pay attention, that none interferes.
Of course, I'll be keeping an eye. I'll be actively keeping an eye out to make sure that nobody tries to cheat.
Okay. All right. You can tell that this is no one obviously looks like they're looking to interfere. They do appear to be respecting the positions, the orders taken. Margoth says to you, Ockar, in common, please step back so your protection isn't giving me any benefit.
I'll try to.
I think you might have to step actually out on the outside of the door.
I can kind of fit in there if you allow it.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that just to part of that was just to make sure that she wants to make sure that your aura doesn't give her any undue benefit, and makes it clear that is not something that she is trying to use to her advantage in the fight.
Yeah, no, I'm backing away as far as I can to not catch her in the aura.
She nods a thanks and turns back to the chief, hefts her staff in both hands. The chief is using a well-made shield, but pretty plain, decorated with a goblin rune of some sort, and he's wearing, mail armor. And Margoth is not wearing any obvious armor. You know that she has some magical protections, but since he hasn't made any objection to any of that, you would kind of understand that whatever personal devices that they have are allowed. So they kind of look at each other and circle back and forth before either of them make an attack. And you're definitely getting the impression that Margoth is going to let him make the first move. And finally, with a roar, he leaps forward with his axe, swinging it down, and she easily deflects that with her staff. And he does it again and again, and each time Margoth is easily deflecting these. Finally, after 4 or 5 of these attacks, you can tell that the Goblin Chief is getting frustrated. And then Margoth moves into like an attack mode and quickly starts hitting him on the legs and the arms with her staff almost faster than you can see. Like, she is way more skilled with that staff than you really realized. And
I mean, we did see her 1v1 a beholder for the most part.
Well, she had some allies, and I mean, you guys were shooting at the beholder and stuff as well. But the Goblin Chief is overmatched, easily overmatched, and with a solid thunk from the end of her staff, there's a sickening crunch as the end of her staff connects with his neck, and he collapses, clearly dead on the ground. She has taken almost no injuries, and she stands over the goblin, and then makes a ritualized shout to the goblins that now she is in charge.
I nod as I watch. An honorable bout, but I feel like the outcome was obvious from the very start.
Mm-hmm.
The goblins are stunned. They have never seen a bout like that. You get the impression that, you know, this Goblin Chief has probably faced some of these types of challenges before and easily dispatched the challengers and stuff like that. He did not look young. You're not sure, like you know, middle-aged, experienced, obviously arrogant, but not like old or young, that kind of thing. So the goblins are just completely taken aback.
We just know by this point that Markov is built different, so I fully expected this to go easy for her.
So she turns to you as the goblin, after having finished her kind of ritualized speech of success, and slowly the goblins are coming to terms with what just happened, and she's quickly surrounded by the former chief's guards, and they're taking up a position of, you know, honor and protection around her. Clearly, you know, having moved their allegiance from the chief to her. And she turns to you and says, she says it first in Goblin and then for you in Common, just so that the goblins around her know. She says to you, with this I will be taking leadership of this tribe. You are free to take the knowledge that you wish from the Illithids below and any treasure you have already gained, but the rest is ours.
So that means everything we've already looted down there?
Yeah, everything that you've already looted, that you've already taken is yours.
I will nod and give her a short bow. As acting captain of the Company of the Broken Sword while Braxon is incapacitated, I respect your wishes and will honor them, and I congratulate you on your honorable victory this day.
I thank you. We will do what we can to I will do what I can to make sure that the goblins do not interfere with you retrieving the knowledge that you wished. But I would mention that they are not going to be too well disposed to your kind, and it may take some time to ensure that they do not interfere with you.
Of course. I thank you for what aid you are able to give us. And while it is sad that you'll be leaving our company, I wish you luck in your every endeavor, and that your time here is very fruitful.
I hope it is indeed as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we need to transport Braxon back to our ship and figure out what we're going to do from there before we come back to see what other knowledge is down below.
So
How heavy is
she'll
Braxon?
accompany you real fast. She'll accompany you back to where Braxon is right now, so you guys can discuss what you want to do exactly. Because Lafdul was thinking about some things. So you guys-
Lafdul was praying for a little bit of help from Erevan.
How
A
heavy
little
is
bit more control.
How heavy is Braxon now?
200 to 300 pounds, something like that.
So Leva could transport him, could teleport him up.
Do you have
to
a
the ship.
reduce spell or something else? Someone have anything that would reduce his
I
weight?
had Leva had a no. She actually had the contrary. So not today. Tomorrow, maybe.
I think if Margot allows us to get some crew to help us, we could, with a few gifts, we could transport Braxon statue onto the ship.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Lafdul's wanting to try his wand, you know. He's praying to
Yeah,
Yeah,
Erevan.
do you want to try that first?
How about we try that outside and not in our now friendly
I
goblin
will do it
lair?
here. I mean, I'm willing to take the brunt of whatever Braxon is because I'll be in the proximity, you know. I
But
mean,
just if you're gonna do this, let's have you put it towards like the dungeon or something, and not towards where the goblins like have homes and stuff, in case it goes bad.
it might be good to have
Yeah,
a
do
little
it like
bit of a
from this side
brace.
kind of thing.
Yeah. Just like stand over here and like point towards like in this general direction.
Or stand in here and point to this general direction, so you won't hit the other goblins that are back there.
Or from here.
I assume the goblins at this point have been moved somewhere.
Yeah, don't worry about
There's a
that.
whole, like, dual ritual.
Part of it is like now with Margoth in command, like more goblins will be accompanying her. She's now always going to be surrounded by those guards. I just don't want to move all those tokens. So they'll come in and quickly, you know, like cut free their companions and take them away to recover and recuperate and stuff like that. I mean, like the fact that you only ended up killing 2 of the goblins is definitely getting you some like karmic points with the goblin tribe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's pretty
Yes, it was
obvious.
pretty
Like it's pretty obvious to the goblins that the 2 goblins who were killed weren't in. You know, it was an unfortunate situation that they were in the line of fire. The fact that you knocked out other goblins rather than killing them, they're like, wow, we didn't expect these types of people to do that.
Yeah, that helped a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah, let's do this.
So, Lafdul, do you want to use your reroll?
Yeah. What would the reroll do for me in this case? It would just give me another set free.
Yeah, basically. I mean,
Yeah, I'll use the reroll.
Yeah. So keep in mind that like you as the player get the choices on what you're rolling, but you as the character don't. You know what I mean? Because you're lucky. So it's that like the reason you get to choose from the 3 is that because luck works in your favor. So it's like rather than getting butterflies, I happen to get a petrification on this enemy kind of thing. You know. It's
I know
luck.
what
You're
I'm
not.
aiming
You're
for
not
anyway.
mental. Your character is not choosing the option. Your player is to reflect the fact that your character is lucky.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh well. Let's see
Oh.
if I turn into a squirrel.
Well,
or something.
well, considering you're currently non-living, it wouldn't work on you.
Oh, let's do the rolls and see what happens.
Okay.
I mean, I can always choose the least damaging effects.
Yeah.
So, or maybe redirect it to me or something. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah, the first one's reroll. And I
Okay.
hope Haravan may give a little bit of favor. I don't know.
Okay. So, your choice with the first roll, you could choose Fireball. The two other things, invisibility for yourself or reduce yourself.
I'll reduce myself.
Well, that's the first roll.
Yeah, you
And
got
then I'll
roll.
give you the second one, and then you basically this allows you to choose the option out of 6 rather than out of 3. The other one is a bunch of gems spray forth from the wand, or shimmering colors dance and play over the area in front of the wand, or you could unpetrify.
Well, I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going for that one.
All right, Braxon, I need you to make a system shock roll, please. That is
Please make
under your
that.
Constitution
Okay.
D100.
But you got a reroll.
I don't have a
Does
reroll.
not have a reroll.
Good luck, Braxton. Please make this.
You've got a good constitution anyway, though.
Yeah, he's got
Yeah.
like a
I would-
95% chance that this succeeds.
I mean,
I
I
got-
rolled
Could
an
we actually
81.
donate rerolls?
No.
Not if they were given to a specific player.
Constitution save. Where are we?
No, it's not a Constitution save. It's a D100.
System shot.
Oh,
Just roll
right.
a D100.
Okay.
As long as you don't roll super high, then you're good.
Yeah.
That's like really, really high.
Well, now you've
What?
said that, I'll probably
I
roll.
don't see the roll, so
Just hit the button.
oh, you're fine.
That's low enough. That's
oh no,
definitely low enough.
no! There's a sudden flash in Lafdul's mind, and he remembers what happened to Higgmas. He was mid-swing. I tried to get out of the way. It's kind of like an instinct reaction. I'm just like, no.
Well, you were actually behind him, luckily, because Braxon had come
Oh.
up to attack this beholder.
All right.
So
Yeah.
you do get behind. You had gotten behind Braxon. That way, anything happened would have gone down this way, kind of thing. And Solarian has given you a reroll anyway, Braxon. So there you go. Not that you needed it. Again,
Thank
because
you.
yeah,
Good
like
to have insurance.
the thing is, like, system shock rolls are still, like, if you have an average constitution, it's still like 70%. And then once
Yeah,
you start
yeah.
getting up into the 15, 16 range, it's up into 90. So,
The one you
yeah.
got to be worried about is a resurrection failure. If you fail that, then
but even then,
Yeah.
that's still, up there in the 90s at about the same point. So, Braxon, you felt yourself getting stiff, and then all of a sudden, everything is normal again, and you're swinging, but just in that flash of an instant, the beholder is gone. It's now it's dead at your feet instead of where it was floating in the air, and everything has changed completely around you. There's significantly less smoke. There's a little bit of a cheer from some of your companions as you return to living form, and didn't die.
yeah, Lafdul
not dying
profusely thanks Aravan because he doesn't know what happened.
Hey,
He-
you're
he
lucky.
believes
That's
that.
the thing. You're lucky.
Yeah.
Like that's part of it. But yes, thanking Aravan for your luck benefiting you is absolutely something you would probably do.
Braxton's gonna look around cautiously and say, "What happened to the beholder?"
Margot killed it.
Yeah, it petrified you before, but Margot managed to kill you, and Lafdul managed to return you back to flesh.
I was so reluctant. I was going to add you to my statue garden. You know, back on the asteroid. Join the
Also, we don't
Astro
have-
Sphinx.
Also, we don't have much to worry about anymore. Margov's now the chief.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you,
Margot
Lafdul.
won against the chieftain.
It wasn't even a
That's
close
alright.
fight. She completely destroyed him.
Oh, it's a shame to have missed it.
Yeah, I had
It was quite
to-
one-sided fight, so it wasn't that exciting.
Margoth grins and says to you, Braxon, I think you would have enjoyed it, though. Although I'm pretty sure many of the goblins who were betting on it lost some money. He says with a grin.
Solas quickly. Oh yeah, I should have bet on your behalf. I
Yeah,
would have made a bank.
Braxton's going to say to Margoth, I'm sure you can look after these goblins. Would you like me to help you with an assessment of the damaged ship outside before we leave? Maybe in time you can repair it and get back into space.
I would appreciate that, actually. It is something that I had already been thinking about. I do not have a helm of my own, but I can create temporary ones.
Don't we have like a spare helm?
Those temporary helms can sometimes end you, though, if you're unlucky.
I was like, don't we have like a spare helm on the ship or something?
Don't think so. I don't think we have a spare helm that we could use.
We had one to the side because we were using that invisibility helm, but that doesn't belong to us, and that's been given back.
Oh, right.
So we've
That's
had
what
to
I was thinking
replace
of.
We
our
might
helm
think
with
of
that.
it.
I think we might have a. Still that one series helm from Illithid that we haven't sold or destroyed.
I
That's
mean, if
not gonna do any
Illithids
good
are
for
in
her, though.
This,
Yeah,
no,
that
but
wouldn't help
trade.
her.
Yeah, no.
It might be trade
But
collateral.
that's basically the only extra helm we have.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
Eh.
so you guys can signal to your ship, so they'll come in close enough to kind of, dock. Essentially, it can't get into the docking cavern here, but they can come in close enough to, like, put down a gangplank and tie up and make it easy to move in and out. Margoth will say that no dwarves. Keep the dwarves on your ship. But
Okay.
she will suggest either Herwady or Gif that will not antagonize the goblins if they come in to extract out the documents that you wanted from the Illithids.
Sounds like a good idea.
Her weight is smaller. They'll
so-
probably
so-
be less intimidating.
Let's bring in
Yeah,
the
but-
Herwady then.
The other
Gif
thing we could do
Gif could carry
is-
more.
That's true. That's true. We could also maybe use the Hawaii to put some clean air down in the basement levels because it was kind of stinky down there.
Yeah, it might help.
Solas, if
Let's
possible.
do the Herwady to make a better impression because I think the gift would intimidate the goblins some.
Okay.
Maybe that's a good thing. That stops them from trying anything.
Yeah, Margoth did mention that they might. She doesn't have a 100% control. That some of them might try to interfere.
Let's do a mix then.
Solas would, if possible, harvest more of those juju zombie bones, and even though it's a bit gruesome, he would take few of the beholder's eyes and eye stalks.
Yeah.
I had a nice
Okay,
stalk at some point.
So Braxon will say sort of ritualistically to Margoth and Goblin after we've already discussed it. Thank you for allowing us to remove the things that it was agreed we could have. I will bring some of our Hawaii crew members to the lower levels to try and drive out some of the bad air, in hopes that your people will be able to inhabit those areas a bit more easily.
Thank
I
you.
mean,
I
it's
appreciate
nicely
that.
And
carved
if they're
out.
able to purify that pool of water at the bottom, that's a great source of water.
Yeah,
Funny.
they
The
clearly
Hawaii can't
clean
do
air.
Wow.
The Herwady can't do that, but if you
He
wanted to
can.
try
No.
something,
I mean, Margov's got like clerical spells. I think purify water's on that list.
Isn't that an
If she has
Allsphere?
access to it.
if she has access to it.
Uh,
I mean, if she
well-
doesn't, there's always other things that like non-magical things that can be done too. But it takes
well,
time.
Yeah.
While Braxon takes the Heradian gift down there, I'm gonna go onto the ship and go to where we have the slate.
Okay.
You really want to do this right now? Are you going to do
And,
this alone, or are you
and,
doing this with a
yeah,
party,
I
or
think
what?
we do it as a party.
Well,
Not a solo thing.
I was just
We
gonna.
all agreed on that.
I was going to
I
test it
think-
while it's still in the cloth. I wasn't actually going to touch it directly or anything.
Yeah, but we still do it as a party. Like I said last time,
I
not-
think he's doing it without telling you, which means he's doing it.
is he doing it without telling us?
Yeah, are you? Because there's going to be repercussions in trust.
And
you start
Solas
doing
did say
that.
that
Fine, I won't
Solas
do
did
it
say
then.
that he would not let Ockar with that book out of sight.
I think you should let him do it.
I think we are really trying to influence him too much. I'm sorry,
No,
but
he
we are.
can do it.
If he decides to do something, then let him do it. If he, it's ridiculous what we're doing right now.
I would like for you guys to let me say what I was going to do instead of interrupting me for a second.
Please do.
I was planning on telling you guys my plan that I was going to do that. If you say no, then I'll wait until we're all on the ship, but we're doing this today.
No, I would just lent you my ring of telekinesis so you could levitate it over. That was all.
Like, I would say before I get on the ship that I plan to do this, and I'd say I'll wait for the rest of you to show up if you want me to.
And
But
Solas
I'm
would
gonna,
say
but
that
I'm gonna wait
Defi-
in that, but I'm gonna wait in that room until you get with souls with me if I need to until we're all ready, because
Guarding the book,
I
kind of,
want to get this done as soon as possible.
and kind of like guarding the book.
Yeah.
Well, that's acceptable, but not trying to use it on the slate while you're on our own.
Like I said,
You did.
we're all
He said
back
he
on the
wasn't going to do
ship,
that.
We'll
Yeah.
do it. But I'm gonna stay on the
Solas.
ship and guard it.
In the end, if Ockar decides to do something, then it's not up to us to tell him no. I'm sorry, but it is not. It's just like everybody else. If you decide to do something, you won't be very pleased if everybody else jumps on you and says no.
Also,
We are
just
not. It's his decision.
let like if someone is about to do something, rather than everyone going off on whether it's a good or a bad idea, find out what their whole plan is first.
Yeah, you didn't let me finish what I was saying when I was saying my plan.
Right.
You didn't let me finish the part where I said I was going to tell the party this.
Don't jump to
Yeah.
conclusions. Let them finish.
Um,
Let people finish. Anyway, so
I'm quite happy with what James does for Ockar, because there's that time when he sorted out all that magic stuff with the patterns on the floor.
that was still really impressive.
Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like when he gets an idea, this will solve the problem. Maybe it will.
I mean, my
And-
favorite thing about that was just James coming in and finding a solution that I didn't even know existed to a problem I created.
I looked
That
at
was
it
so
as
good.
adding and subtracting elements to it.
Oh, yeah,
where
no,
it
no.
made sense in my brain as
What-
an accountant.
Once you explained it, I was like, okay, I can see how that worked. It just was not something that was in my head. But yeah, no, that was
Yeah,
great. That was great.
I was like working out on paper, and I'm like, I figured the first one out, and he's like on the third one.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Can I say one smaller thing?
Sure.
The reason why I reacted like that is because at least I heard it at first that James saying that Ockar was going to use the slate.
Oh,
Mhm.
I said that, but I didn't finish where I said I was telling
that's why I reacted. If
I
you
didn't-
just go
Right,
there,
but
Even
again,
if he did-
hold on. But keep in mind that until I basically like advance the story by saying, okay, you do this, It hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
So now I may still say, okay, because he said he was doing this, he's doing it, you know. But again, let people finish what they want to say. Anyway, all right. So Ockar, you're basically like guarding the book while Braxon is like organizing her lady to go get the documents. Braxon, are you going to who is going to be going with the Herwady to direct what they actually get? Because it's going to be kind of gross. Solas was talking about going to collect up some Juju Zombie parts and Beholder parts.
Does Leva want to come because she was looking at the documents to make sure we got the right ones?
As far as I remember, Levi already packed up the documents. She wasn't going to leave them down there.
There,
Yeah,
you
but-
got a handful, but there's like large numbers that need to be taken out. You got the ones that you believe specifically relate to Thoriax, but there's other ones that might be of interest to other people or the party or something like that.
Oh, so we could give
Yeah,
it
that's
to, like,
that's okay. But the Braxton's question was to Levi.
Ah, okay. No, that's cool. That's cool. So basically, the rest of these things could maybe go to the pragmatic order of thought, and they might be able to trace people that have been captured and like buy stuff up.
What I might think about is if any of the statues are still intact, we might want to take them with us, presuming that they could be reversed.
Yeah. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll look for some crates on the ship, or if we haven't got any, Braxton will get the carpenters to start knocking up some crates quickly. If we got some crates, we'll unpack some stuff.
You've
Crates,
got crates. I mean, you have
Yeah,
leftover
yeah.
crates from eating food.
Right. So we'll take down some crates that we can fill up with documents, and we'll do it carefully. Solas is good with paperwork. Is he okay with Braxton supervising it, or does he want to come down and help make sure we do this in a way?
I
that
think I can
preserves
trust
documents?
you. I think I can trust you that you won't intentionally damage them.
And
Okay.
needs to mount them.
I like how you count that with intentionally.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't Braxton that made bookshelves blow up by picking up the ambush books. Anywho, yeah, Braxton would just take some Haddersy down there with crates and
Herwady.
start getting stuff. Sorry, Hawaiti. Start getting.
Hennessy is very different.
Yeah, Hawaiti. Yeah. I guess if we put the clouds in the room, we can't see. So
You could do it at the end.
I guess.
On your way out or something.
Yeah. He'll warn everyone that it's pretty nasty air, but we'll like clean the air up on the way out.
Okay.
Or at least partially.
Or you could have some
Yeah.
of them go fill up the central chamber while others are in the
Yeah.
side chambers, kind of thing. All right.
Yeah, we'll do that.
So it's going to take you a fair bit of time to do that. Margoth will be like supervising your transit in through the goblin areas.
Does Margoth want to send someone down with us? Because Brax would be happy to talk to a goblin if one of them wants to come down with us.
No, she's not going to
Okay.
do that. It's going to be too much to like make sure that. I mean, she's got to learn what's going on around with the the goblins, what their
Yeah.
capabilities are, make
Yeah.
sure that they her authority is being respected, all that
Okay.
kind of thing. So,
Yeah,
but she
yeah.
wants to make sure that no one is interfering with you when you're coming through the area.
All
so.
right. Yeah.
Let's see. So Solas is collecting some monster parts. Anyone else have an interest in some of that as well?
Yes. The same thing Solas is going for.
Okay.
Leva
And Leva,
doesn't
you
know
as
what
well?
it will- Yes, she doesn't know what it's good for yet, but she will find out.
Okay.
Wow.
So I'll handle that in a little bit on exactly what you end up getting.
Okay.
Finn, anything in particular that you want to do? Are you participating in the monster part collection or anything like that?
Finn would want to actually get some sleep and redo some spells so he could help with the cleanup effort.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, if you want to
Thanks for doing
get
it.
some of those spells off faster than the rest of the party, that's perfectly fine.
Do you want to use the blanket and the pillow?
Don't think
Yeah,
that works.
actually,
so
that
far.
might work well.
Okay. Is your idea also to like survey the exterior of the asteroid, see if there's anything that you can help there?
Yes.
Okay.
But he wants to help with the cleanup first.
Yeah, makes sense.
I would also, before we split off to do other things, cast the last 3 remaining curing spells. So 3 cure light wounds. One for Finn, one for Ockar, and one for Braxon.
Okay.
Thank you.
So first for Finn.
All right, 6 hit points for Finn.
That's for Ockar, and
Right.
last one for Braxon.
Good rolls. Nice.
Quite
Okay.
decent rolls. And that's me spent on the cure spells.
Okay. Any other spells that people want to cast? Anything, divinations or anything like that that you think might help with anything before you rest? Change up spells.
I would ask Margoth to ask about the beholders. Did they have any treasures we could identify and such?
So if you want to like move your tokens around this map, you're welcome to do so. You will learn either from your own exploration or from from Margoth that there is a cavern that kind of leads down to a chamber. It looks like the beholders disintegrated a chamber out for themselves. And there is some treasure in there, but Margoth will be telling you that she's keeping that for the goblins.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, she'll set up some rope ladders for the goblins to go down and retrieve it and stuff like that. And it's basically a bit of monetary treasure. Further surveys around the asteroid, like when Finn eventually goes to look at the burnt section, the conclusion that he will be able to draw from what's there and what you already know is that a goblin ship and a beholder ship were in combat and crashed there. And so that's the origin of both of these groups. Okay. And from talking to the goblins and Margoth, learning their history, there was a battle between the two ships, and they both crashed on this asteroid and found an abandoned the surviving beholders, which lost all their orbi, dominated the goblins, and then they found this cavern and the Illithid outpost already abandoned. It was clearly a fight there. The pile of petrified figures that was blocking the way, most of those were undead. Like, examining the remains, most of those are undead. Some of them were goblins. But in the act of piling them up and blocking that passageway, all of those have been damaged and would not be able to return them to life successfully, basically.
No, well, that's a shame.
Okay, so it'll definitely take a couple days of work to box up the documents and get them back to your ship and secure them and everything like that. Once you've got the Herway, like, they know what they need to do and they just need to do the work kind of thing.
Yeah.
Braxon, you can go investigate the damaged squid ship.
Okay.
So go ahead and give me a carpentry check.
Right.
Just looking at all this map that just didn't get used at all how to set up.
I mean, part of it was just like, you know, I wanted it to be... I mean, I didn't know what you guys were going to end up doing. And I
Yeah,
wanted to
Sultan
give you a
Goblin.
feeling of that this was a community and stuff like that. And, you know, there was a lot of different ways that you might go about it and stuff like that.
Let's see. I'm just looking up carpentry now. Probably got a plus.
I think that's a success.
Yeah, that's a success.
Yeah, 16.
Oh, well, they've got a lot of goats.
Yeah, they've been
Oh,
here for a
they're
little
very
while.
close.
Remember that goblins do breed. All right. So Braxon, there is quite a bit of damage to that ship, but it's all repairable. Like the core of it is intact. You know, its keel and everything like that. Some of it is just age. Some of it is damage. Obviously, the fight that happened here between the Illithids and whoever attacked them did partially encompass that ship. There are some Illithid series helms on board. Obviously not a use to Margoth, but discovering that Margoth...
she can sell them.
Yeah, so she can sell them. You get the impression that one of her goals is to, you know, use, like, temporary helms until they can either get a helm of their own or purchase a helm of their own kind of thing. So that's, you know, that's her long-term plan. You also know where this asteroid is. She will ask you to not share that information with anyone else. She promises that they will not pirate anyone who doesn't deserve pirating.
Braxton will smile at that.
Lafdul definitely raises an eyebrows at that.
I mean, most of us, while pirating is bad thing. If it has to happen, at least it would be preferable that it happens to targets like slavers and such.
Yeah, so that's kind of like what she would be doing would be considered piracy by various other groups. Like, she's going to have no problems attacking Illithids. Not that she's going to want to do that, but if it comes to it, you know, she wouldn't have a problem doing that. But she will make sure that they do not attack, like, elves or merchants, things like that. So, but as far as she's concerned, beholders, if they have any slaves, Illithids, if they have any goblin slaves, anyone that she can integrate into her new tribe here, they're all fair game. The Reavers throughout the sphere, fair game, that kind of thing. And she does say that once she has, you know, gotten the tribe on its feet, she will try to find a way to let you guys know, and if you ever need help, to just call on her kind of thing.
Okay.
And there's kind of like the same understanding of if she ever needs help, she hopes that she can call on you as well.
Yeah. Where we're coming through the sphere, we'll pop off.
We're operate from Brawl for the most part.
I know, but we might need to go to and from other spheres on the other side of the sphere.
And it's not out of the realm of possibility that we pop through this sphere ever again. I mean, it's, for example, faster to go this route if we want to go to the Talangran Empire.
Yeah, I mean, this Red Eyes is kind of a crossroads sphere. It's a bit of a no man's land, but it's also a bit of a crossroads. So,
Yeah.
And,
So we.
And even if this being a no man's land means it's bit more dangerous than say going through other spheres, it's not out of the realm of possibility that we encounter more danger in those relatively safer spheres. So it's all about calculation, about time and risk.
okay.
So we saw a crash site on the surface.
Yeah.
Does Margoth want to search that, or
That's already been
will we
searched.
okay
I
search
mean,
that?
and Finn has
Okay.
will end up looking over that and get that information that I gave you already, kind of thing.
Okay.
It was the area that was burned,
Yeah.
burned topside.
Yeah. So that was a crash ship, wasn't it?
It was 2 crash ships, the Goblin and the Beholder ship.
Oh, Goblin ship.
The
Right.
2 ships were fighting.
And they crashed.
Was there a helm on the Goblin ship that Margoth could use?
They've already recovered, like the Goblins and the Beholders attempted to recover everything that they could from that.
Oh, right. Okay.
So, no. Like,
Fair
all of the Beholders' Orbi died, and the Goblin's helm was destroyed in that crash.
Yeah, I would
Yeah, I
think
suppose
that,
if it wasn't, the Beholders would have forced some people on board the ship and used anyone that was a spellcaster as a helmsman.
Well, I mean, it might have also been a life jammer, so.
Might have been, yeah.
All right, so let's see. You're gonna. Who is trying to gather parts from Juju zombies? Solas is. Anyone else?
Yeah, I am, because we both got spelling
Okay.
reason to.
All right. Each of you roll 2d12 to see how much you get. That, and this will be like, you can use this per spell ink, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking, but is this useful for a mage?
It's for a clerical spell immunity scroll.
Oh, okay.
Once you start doing recipes, you can start looking for.
Sorry, you broke up there. Once you start looking for recipes, you can what?
You can start looking for components.
Yeah.
You know, ask old for, what's the recipe for this if I spent X days doing it.
I mean, it could work for wizard version also. We don't know. Since
I think
Juju
Leva will wait until she's certain.
I mean, keep in mind that like you guys can also come up with recipes of your own, and basically like propose them to me as dungeon master. You can be like, I want to develop a recipe for this spell ink. Can I use this ingredient, and this ingredient, kind of thing? So keep in mind that collecting things can be useful for later, and that takes effort off of my side, so I don't have to think up things all the time too. So keep that in mind.
Yeah,
Leva is more in creating her own spells. She's always looking for how can I what.
Well, but again, same kind of thing applies. If you're like, I want to create this spell and I want to use this thing that I have that I gathered as the material component.
Have you guys considered trying to harvest the Beholder's eyes to see if
I
you
already did that? I would do.
Okay.
Leva would actually be in with that.
It'd be good for any anti-magic shell.
All right. So, what do you? Pardon me. What do you guys want to try to collect from the Beholders?
Eyes.
Okay.
I would like one
eyes and eye stalks.
I just want one.
Yes, one is enough for the moment.
I would try to harvest as many intact eye stalks as I could, and multiple of the smaller eyes.
Okay.
Question, Ord.
Mhm.
When the beholders die, do they drop to the floor or do they carry on floating?
They drop to the floor.
Okay.
They have to
Can't turn
actively
into, like-
levitate. It's like an unconscious thing, like breathing kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it is an active thing. They can stop levitating, and when they die, they're not actively levitating anymore.
You
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
just turn a dead beholder into like a makeshift like flying scooter.
He's got a flying fly, but you know.
What makes you think that Braxon would want to float around on a dead beholder?
I know you.
Your previous conduct.
Yeah.
Yes,
Got like a
speaking
track
from
record there.
experience. Speaking from experience.
Okay, so first of all, the central eye of the Hive Mother was destroyed, so you cannot recover that. You can get the central eye from the Beholder. Does anyone have a
Yes.
relevant proficiency for collecting things, body parts?
Oh, most definitely not.
No.
Would healing doesn't help? I think.
No.
Alchemy? Alchemy?
I
It only
think
help in
that's for
preserving
them.
Finn has hunting and survival if anyone would ask his help.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Lafdul would, because he
Mhm.
knows how good he got a perfect space beside. You know, surely his eldest sculpting.
Okay.
You mean you don't want Braxon to chisel out the eyes?
Finn, can you roll a hunting proficiency check then? Okay. All right. So with Finn's assistance, you will be able to recover the body parts that you want. So you can write down that you have the central eye of a beholder. 2 of the eyes on the beholder itself were destroyed in the fight. So you can recover 8 eyes and stalks.
Do they detach or they stay attached?
Well, you have the choice of, I mean, like, you can just cut off the eye stalks, kind of thing.
Yeah, I just want one eye stalk with, I assume, an eye attached to it.
Yeah. Okay.
So does Leva.
All right. So
I just want the one.
So I would take the rest.
All right. So you've got. There's 10 total. 2 of them have been destroyed. 1 and 2 have been destroyed. You got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10. Which one do you want? Lafdul.
7 and 5.
So you're taking 2 of them.
Oh, just 7. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Write down that you're taking number 7.
All right. Number 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Leva.
5.
Okay. So Solas. So write that down, Leva, and Solas. You're taking the rest.
Yeah.
Okay. So write down that you have gotten everything except 1, 2, 5, and 7.
5, 2, 5, and 7.
Everything except 1, 2, 5, and 7.
Okay.
So 3, 4, 6,
Yeah.
8, 9, 10.
Yeah. I'm putting it easier way that I've got everything except those that.
That's fine.
That's good.
As long as it's a
How
case,
much do they weigh?
they don't weigh much, and you're going to be
Oh.
preserving them anyway and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
Is it possible to get any of the eyes out the Hive Mother?
Yes.
Or are they too?
yeah, I was gonna get to that in a second.
You gotta get like a good ice cream scooper and just scoop them out.
Yeah.
Sadly, I had to destroy the big eye to make sure we could survive the encounter.
Nah, it doesn't matter that you destroyed it. There's still parts to be had.
My mistake, Solas. It wasn't 1 and 2. It was 1 and 10. So you got
1 and 10. Okay.
yeah.
1, 5, 7, 10 are the ones that I didn't got.
Correct. Okay. And then on the Hive Mother, Lafdul, did you want to get any of the eyes from that one?
Nah, I'm good with just a nice stalk from a regular beholder.
Okay. Leva, did you want any eyes from the Hive Mother?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Let's say, how many are there?
There's 10.
Oh, in that case, 2.
Number 2? Or do
Yeah.
you want 2 eyes?
2
Each-
eyes, but
okay.
number 2 is okay too.
All right.
Each one has a different effect, though. So
Yeah.
if you want something that does something, you might need a specific eye.
I expected that, but
Yeah,
Right.
if you're not sure which eye you need,
I-
you can take them all.
Does it
she
speak with
doesn't
Dead or
want.
Beholder?
She would like to have 2, please.
All right. Which ones? Number 2 and
Which
what?
ones are still available? I mean, the center
all of
is
the
gone.
all of the small eyes on the Hive Mother are available.
In that case, she'd like to have 2 and 3.
You take 2 and 3.
And I would take the rest.
Okay. So you get
Mhm.
everything except for 2 and 3.
Is the so 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, and
Yeah.
the rest?
None of the Hive Mother's small eyes had been destroyed.
Okay.
All right. Is there anything else that you want to collect from the beholders?
Maybe I'll grab a couple of teeth from the a couple of teeth from the Hive Man, a couple of teeth from the Little Beholder.
Okay.
Are there specialties?
I don't know. They just look fancy, I guess.
You're gonna make a bracelet.
Would
Well,
Braxon
necklace.
like the eye? Would Braxon like the eye that petrified him as a souvenir?
Oh,
We don't know which one it was, so that's the thing.
well, Braxton saw it looking at him.
It's true. He saw
But
the
it-
beam. Yeah.
But they were waggling about somewhat. No, I think Braxton's okay.
What about the lensman's eye? Is that intact?
There's a lot of them.
Some of them are, yes.
Do we know what they do?
I would
We
take.
they're random, weren't they?
I would take 1 or 2 of them also, if possible.
All right. So you can take 2.
Right. Braxton's
Okay.
going to ask the spellcasters if there is something in these beholders that makes them fly that you might want to cut out.
It's.
Okay.
I don't think there's any part of that has been identified in beholders that make them be fly.
Beyond my
allowed
skills to figure
fly.
that out.
Yeah.
The brain, probably.
Yeah, well,
It's,
there's
it's
like
in-
brain.
It's most
Could
likely
we-
innate power to them.
Could we try spell check to see whether spell? What is it?
Spellcraft.
Spellcraft.
Spellcraft check to see whether we know what makes them fly.
It'd just be psionics, I would guess. If
You have not done any studying on beholders, so no, you would not know. You
All
need
right.
to do some studying.
Okay.
You can pickle the brain if you want to study the brain.
And then we cook it.
I mean, you could always try to preserve other parts of it, just in case.
Hey, Leva,
Hmm?
did you keep that Illithid skull, that old one? The one you found in this place. There was an Illithid skull or something you found here, right?
Here.
Yeah.
In
No,
the
You said
I
you
armor
were.
part.
Yeah, you did pick one up
you were-
at one point.
You picked one up and you were holding around. If you're planning on keeping that, because I would mention that there. Well, I'd be familiar with Speak with Dead, but would I be familiar with there being a more powerful version?
Probably not.
Alright. I get that goes our idea. I was gonna say take it to one of the other branches of my faith, and I'd be able to speak with it. Oh well. I think
Anyway,
priests of Lebalash and Aravan don't get along too well anyway.
I didn't write down that I actually kept it, so I'm probably either dropped it or just left it there.
Okay. All right. Anything else that you want to try to collect from the beholders? And same thing for Finn. Finn, if there's anything that you want to collect from the beholders or the
No,
lensman.
not really.
For some reason, Solas has still kind of trauma about beholder relatives and teeth.
Could I say I got the incisors from the Hive Miller and regular beholder?
Yeah, that's fine. I don't know that they really differentiate their teeth too much, but that's fine.
Yeah, that's why it's easier for me to. Yes.
Just put down
Pointy
that you
teeth.
got beholder and hive mother teeth for now.
Yeah.
I don't think there's many things that get that specific. Certainly not with beholder.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So Braxon, you've also helped out Margoth by giving her some direction on repairing the ship, some recommendations and things like that.
Yeah.
So you guys will be here for a couple days. Finn, after you've rested and gotten your spells, what would you be looking at doing?
So the first thing he wanted to do was go into the dungeon,
Mhm.
and on the first floor, he wants to cast Cloud of Purification near the entrance,
Okay.
and then immediately cast a Wind Servant afterwards to push it along,
Okay.
and sweep as much of the floor as he can.
All right.
Oh,
So
wow.
that like eliminates mold and stuff like that, right?
It gets rid of organic filth, garbage, and vermin into an equal quantity of pure water.
Okay. It's gonna make it even more humid there, but
Less.
that's fine.
It's going to make it more humid, but it's going to make it much less rotted.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, the Horvati skill would also make it more humid. I
That's
think.
true too. That's true too.
Let's turn it into an underground sauna.
You basically use it for like cleaning out sewers or wells.
Yeah, I mean it's good. All right. Let's see.
And he did memorize 2 of each, so he can do it again on the lower floor as well.
Okay. I'm just checking to see. And Wind Servant, that can actually move the cloud around.
Cloud of magical vapors that moves in the direction of prevailing wind at a rate of 20 feet per round.
Okay. All right.
From Cloud of Purification, and the Wind Servant would generate enough to do that. So.
Okay. Sounds good. What's the range or area of effect on Wind Servant?
20 yards per level for range. Duration is around a level.
Okay.
And I
and
think,
can you get that to turn so that you could get it to go down other corridors and stuff?
Yes, because as long as I'm concentrating on it, I can basically tell it to do whatever I want.
Okay. All right. I think that with the 2 of those, that's gonna get most of the area, maybe not all of it, but a pretty good amount of it. Certainly enough to dramatically cleanse the area and make it much better. That will also probably destroy the rotting undead flesh kind of thing. So
Yeah, so I'd wait till after people make their collections.
right.
Yeah, that's how you clear away the
Wow.
zombies.
I was thinking the Solas, well, obviously because of this might happen. What do you think about the undead elder brain? I mean, do you think there's something to salvage out of that? I also mentioned this to Leva.
Solas isn't keen on going to the pool to harvest it.
For some
Why
odd
not?
reason.
Do you want to merge your mind?
Yeah, no.
You could be the mastermind, take over it.
I mean, you could also one up the
this is
Illithids
pretty-
by eating their brains.
No.
Yeah, no. Solas
might-
not.
There might,
Definitely not.
there might still be some tadpoles in the pool. The ones that attack Braxon.
Not only no, but hell no.
We took care of the tadpoles in the pool.
Okay.
Yeah.
I used the that staff that, or the spear that did the sunburst.
Yeah. Sorry.
Now, the Cloud of Purification would probably not cleanse that pool.
Probably have to destroy water then deal with the brain. Actually, if you could destroy the water, then the brain would be rather easy to harvest. For bits.
But that water might be basically groundwater.
We can recreate the water if this isn't something Margov can do.
I mean, if it's groundwater, it's going to be filling up on its own if you take the water out.
Yeah,
If it's
suppose.
groundwater.
If the
Oh,
water's
well.
bad, we could possibly extract it in buckets and chuck it off the side of the asteroid.
Why
I
would
think
you
we-
do
I
that?
think
We
we
got
all-
magic.
I think
There
we
are
all have
magical
access to.
means.
I think we all have access to purify food and drink, don't we?
As long
No.
as you have access to
He meant priests.
sphere. I think it's no sphere spell.
Sadly, that is not within my purview as a paladin.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
he
it's
just meant the
all-
priests.
Yeah, just the priests.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got it. I don't have destroy water. That's only you two.
It's pretty
Where
good
we
volume
different.
of water, though. Like,
Well, the purified works on a cubic foot per level, and it's only a first level spell, so we can
Yeah.
all cast it multiple times.
It's quite deep, though.
I mean, worst case scenario, it's less bad than it was before. So certainly from that
Yeah.
perspective.
And there's also non-magical manuals of purifying water.
Well, actually, I wanted to reserve my first level spells because I wanted to see if I could get some interesting memories with full capture. And I wanted to get the tongue spell, so because I'm not when I get a thought, I'm not sure if it's automatically translated.
That's fine.
Because I need to check if the tongue spells overlap. If you can have multiple at the same time.
You can't have multiple tongue spells up at the same time, though.
Yeah. Because
But
there was the
tongue-
Rastipede, not the Rastipede, what do you call it? Ragath, whatever creature race they were.
Grimlock.
Yeah, the Grimlock and Illithids. Because Illithids don't really speak, do they?
Generally
They
not.
always-
No. They generally use telepathy. Yeah.
So I would hedge my bets on Grimlock, I guess. Yeah. Actually, no, Undercommon.
Okay.
The odds are that would be a good language.
It wouldn't because most people don't speak,
No?
don't think in a trade language. If they're gonna think in a language, it's gonna be their native language.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I guess Grimlock language. Then.
Okay.
Because-
So Solas and Finn, do you want to use up your purify food and drink to try and purify as much of that water as possible?
Yeah.
I did find another option.
Okay.
The spell Lower Water. At my level, it would be up to 20 feet depth in a 100-foot by 100-foot area.
That would definitely reduce it by 20 feet, because that is not 100 by 100 feet.
Also, Lafdul.
Yeah.
Tongue spell, you can have one additional tongue for every 3 levels of experience.
Oh, that's good.
So
then. I get free.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, let me take a quick look at lower water. I'm not too concerned about making sure you guys are like changing up your spells specifically. As long as you're
Yeah,
not
I
casting
wasn't.
more, 4th level spells than you can actually cast in 2 days, I am not too concerned about it, kind of thing. Okay, so that would. Okay, so you would lower the water and just is this to see if there's anything down there, kind of thing? What is the goal specifically for lower water?
That was kind of the idea,
Okay.
was to see what we could see at the bottom.
Okay, and you could also try to pull out the Elder Brain. You'd probably want to do that to get rid of the to get rid of the corpse of the Elder Brain, at the very least. Because anything that would purify the water is not going to have it'll take care of the dead Illithid tadpoles. It won't do anything to the Elder Brain corpse. All right, so Finn will lower water, and at the very least, you can have some GIF pull out the Elder Brain and toss it off the asteroid or something like that, or you can burn it or something like that. But since you've got it pulled out, does anyone want any pieces of it for?
Yeah, Lafdul will take pieces of undead brain and he will put it into a container, and maybe in the next few days see if I can get a scroll for telepathy.
Okay.
Leva would want a little bit too.
Okay. So you're just taking brain matter.
Yeah, brain matter.
Oh.
'Cause that's the only thing.
What about that spell you've got that allows you to talk to dead people?
Speak with dead. Yeah, undead. Yeah.
Would that let you ask questions of the Elder Brain?
It's based on when it died, not based on it being undead, kind of thing. So
Yeah.
keep in
So
mind
it would be
that
decades.
that
Well, we
depends
don't know.
on how long it has been undead, kind of thing.
Oh, so the spell wouldn't let us talk to it when it was undead, only when it was alive.
Correct.
Right, got you.
Because an undead
only
creature
very
is
few-
dead for the purposes of that spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I
that's
can only do
cool.
up to a year. So
No, that's cool. I just thought you might be able to ask some questions that Lever might find useful.
yeah, that's why I'm trying to do the thought captures, and maybe I find something interesting, tell Finn about it, and he could do time pull on it.
Yeah.
Solas isn't interested in the elder brain matter. He's staying as far as away from it as he can.
No, I'm after all going to get some brain matter from that. There was some undead Illithids, like whatever they were.
Mhm.
They were horrible creatures. I try and get some brain matter.
Okay.
Because, just only not very much of it, just 2 containers.
Okay.
Solas would mention that burning the brain at least might return the nutrients from it back to the natural cycle.
Would it?
Ash.
Ash can be very like a fertilizer kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You get a lot of growth after volcanic eruptions from the ash.
And forest
Braxon-
fires.
Braxton's going to ask the priests if there's any sort of ritual we can do to rescue the people that the Illithids have eaten and get them onto the afterlife.
Once they themselves have died, they kind of move on.
I think
Magically
they've already
bounds
moved
them.
on to the afterlife unless they've been raised as undead.
Yeah, so your faith would you could give general prayers and hope that works,
Mhm.
but without any specific knowledge, it's just more of a shot in the dark hope kind
Yeah.
of thing. That it helps, which is perfectly fine. You could definitely do that over many of the corpses. Generally, the view is that actual specific rituals for their faith is what's kind of necessary, kind of thing. So without knowing that kind of information, there's not a whole lot that you can do concretely. But you can certainly do whatever your faith indicates and hope it helps.
Okay. Well, if the others don't do anything, Braxon will give what's left of the brain a Viking funeral and get the Patar worshipping people on the crew to pray that any souls that have been consumed by the Illithids are able to find their way onto the appropriate afterlife, and ask Patar, as head of all gods, to pass on any non-Patar worshippers to the appropriate place.
Okay. All right. So whatever you guys wanted to collect from the Elder Brain and the Undead Illithids, you can go ahead and write down. Anything else that you guys wanted to do around the asteroid?
Braxton wants to look at those weird doors where there were some doors that were plain and some that were decorative, and see if he can figure out if there's any sort of meaning in the patterns on the doors.
So the main thing that you come away with is a really bad headache. The best you can take away from that is that there were two more decorated doors. One led into the temple area, one led into the kind of like administrative section where all of the documents were, and then most of the others, there are symbols by a lot of the doors and things like that, but you can't make them out. They're in the Illithid written text, and there's no way for you to understand that kind of thing.
Okay.
So,
So
that
you've got
might mean
spells to
something,
read
but
that.
you can tell that the less decorative doors were all for personal quarters, and then the more decorative doors were for the administrative section in the temple.
Yeah, Braxton will ask Margoth if the doors that make us feel a bit unwell looking at them, if she wants us to do anything like remove them and get rid of them.
No, she'll take care of that if necessary. It's the reason that they give you a headache is because it's like geometry that is alien to your brain kind of thing.
Right.
Like looking at an illusion where you think it's something, but it's something else, or something maybe.
Yeah. Braxton's seeing wooden joints where the two bits that fit together don't look the same.
Part of it is it's like getting to that the non-Euclidean geometry thing of Cthulhu mythos kind of stuff. Like it's all related to that. Let's see, Finn, did you still have some things that you wanted to do?
It would be another day, but I would want to try doing time pool based on any date that Leva can find in the document showing her the
Okay, let's
records from her.
We'll do Lafdul's thought captures first, because he had the idea that you might want to also time pool some of that if possible. And then you can decide what you want to end up using that spell on. Do you have any spells that you want to cast on the burnt area to help it regrow or anything like that? Was that in your...
Like general plant growth?
Yeah, any kind of plant growth things that you wanted to do around the asteroid?
I mean, I would help out with them, but...
I think you last time talked to Margoth about that possibility.
Yeah, well, I would at least want to try to start the burnt area back on its path a little quicker.
Okay. Just with like a plant growth spell or something like that?
Yeah, just regular plant growth.
Okay.
Sorry, go on.
So what you also learn from Margoth, talking to Margoth, is that they have these goats, and the goats appear to have been like food here on the asteroid used by the Illithid slaves, and then once the the attack happened and the Illithids were wiped out and everything like that, then they kind of like got released, escaped onto the surface of the asteroid, and then when the goblins and beholders crashed, then they recaptured the goats kind of thing. And they generally like go out and harvest grass to feed the goats and stuff like that. If that
Okay,
gives you any
so-
ideas of anything that you want to do.
Well, I could put some plant growth on the areas they harvest grass from.
Okay. All right, she would definitely appreciate that. All right.
What if you make a above ground grazing area, Finn? Like, what's that spell? Like,
Wasn't
That
there
was-
some wild goat still on the top side? Or did they capture every goat?
I think they got them all. Sorry, you'd broken up there, Lafdul. Was there a specific spell you hadn't?
Yeah, there's the other variation of the plant growth. Make like a hedge maze, not hedge maze, you know, like a hedge passing in or whatever. You could have that as like an up ground grazing area, you know, like a pasture, so they don't escape because it's all boxed in.
Well, Margoth kind of wants to keep the surface appearing, at least for now,
Natural.
appearing kind of natural, so that it's
Yeah.
kind of nondescript.
Not to mention, I don't think that persists beyond the duration of the spell either. So, oh, it is permanent, I guess.
Yeah, I was just thinking of some natural pastures. That was all, but no, the hide in plain sight's probably better.
Yeah, but I mean, also the fact that the asteroid isn't that large, like, where are the goats gonna go? You know, other
Yeah,
than being
those
attacked
are,
by
I suppose.
scavers or something like that.
The ships that crashed. Can Braxton have a look over them, see if there's anything salvageable that?
There is none.
Margoth
Anything
could use.
that could have been salvaged has been salvaged.
Okay.
The grass area also is the burned area, so they were burned.
Yeah. I
There's
didn't mean
very
for us,
little left.
I meant
like
I meant for the other ship.
You can't actually tell that they were ships. You just know that they're ships from what you learned from Margoth speaking to the goblins and putting two and two together.
Right.
Like if you had come here first, I would have described like there's basically nothing left of the goblin ship except some metal that's unidentifiable. And nothing left from the Illithid ship. I mean the beholder ship except chunks of stone which don't look like ship parts.
Right. Okay. So nothing useful for repairing the ship in the cave.
No.
Okay.
Anything useful has already been salvaged. Some of the metal could still be salvaged, and you get the impression that as they need more metal, they have come and taken some.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Okay.
Well, there's some cages down there, probably made out of metal.
There are I mean they might use some of that. And there's plenty of
The
trees that they
salvage
will
materials.
also like. They can cut down trees to plane and use to repair the ship.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds like we don't need to do any of that.
No, it's a lengthy process that they will.
And I think last
take
time
care of.
Margoth mentioned that he would not, she would not want too much direct help.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be good for the goblins to do the repairs.
Yeah. For one thing, so that they, learn that and they can get trained, carpenters and ship repairers for when she creates a helm and actually leaves and stuff like that. So, all right. Lafdul, anything else that you want to do before other than the thought capture?
I will have impregnable mind up because I am hoping that if there is any kind of mental backlash, as I have experienced with the necromancer Illithid, that it will help maybe.
Okay.
Protects me against the mental backlash.
All right. How many thought captures are you going to have?
6.
Okay.
I have one in the outer room, a couple around the Elder Brain, and maybe like 4 around the archive rooms.
Not in like the rest of the facility?
Well, I
I don't know. In all honesty.
Well, we can
I
start
mean,
with
the other-
where you want to go first, then.
Well, the research, the archive, the scriptorium, the place where they keep notes and
Yeah.
Maybe there might have been a significant event that, they were recording, they were attacked, or, so I would obviously have the tongue spell up, have the Illithid trade. Well, do I know Illithid trade tongue? As in, I know it's a language.
You know it's a language, yes.
Yeah, I can select it with a tongue spell. That, the Rastipede and
Grimlock.
Grimlock, sorry. There wasn't any other identifiable species.
There were some
could choose
there
this
were
language.
identifiable species amongst the slaves, but not down in the lowest level. Did you have
Trying
a
to think of
suggestion,
it.
Leva?
She was just going to say that she would understand trade tongue, illicit trade tongue if necessary.
That doesn't
Yeah,
help
it's a language.
Lafdul with thought capture, unfortunately.
No, but it tells me to take that as one of the languages.
That's true.
But,
Yes, you
didn't
could do that.
didn't all say that not that many would think in the trade talk?
No, but I mean, if you've got languages that you can take with tongues, and you can't think
Yeah,
of all
might
of
as
them,
well.
might as well. Okay, so where did you want to start with it?
In the scriptorium
Okay.
place.
Let's see.
It does look like I'm cutting out quite a lot, actually, if I don't speak really focused into it. Like then, I just think I cut out.
So the thought that you pick up is you get powerful emotion of panic and figures leaving this room with the clear idea of trying to defend the structure, kind of thing. So you can.
Did it seem like an internal conflict or external?
External.
It
It was like we're under attack. Gotta go help. Kind of
Alright.
thought process, emotional process, kind of thing.
I do one in the priest altar room.
Okay. That one is very similar, but a bit more like not as much panic. It's more the thought you're getting has much more control over their emotional state in that, but definitely the same kind of thing of gotta go help defend.
Yeah, more experienced mind, basically.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll do one over where that book was. Maybe there was some nefarious plot.
That you get a very trying to think of the appropriate emotional word for it. Very satisfied emotion in that bedroom of
Many things.
this but you get an additional thought. This will make me more powerful than I was before. It is good that we got it from that vessel.
Oh, from the vessel. I'm tempted to do another one. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll take the chance. I'll do another one here. Maybe I'll get it for someone on the vessel.
No, so it's someone is very satisfied with themselves for getting something out of a vessel, either from trade or an attack, something like that. It's hard to differentiate. It's like this that I got, it's a stroke of luck that I got it, but this is great. This is going to really help me. It's going to make me more powerful. That's the impression that you got in the
Alright.
bedroom.
I thought it was, they got it from, wow.
The emotional states are completely different, so you could conclude that it's a different time. Whether before or after, it's impossible to say, but it's a different time.
Was that 2 that I've used or 3 now?
That's 3.
2, 3.
You used one in the archive chamber, one in the altar room, and one in the what you assume is a priest's bedroom.
There was another noble bedroom, wasn't there? Like a higher up?
In the administrative section, yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'll
I'm
try
thinking
one in there.
So I'm thinking the priest was really glad about the book.
All right,
Yeah.
so you go into the administrator's bedroom, and the thought you get there is basically like a response to an emotional response and thought process from being informed of something, and the thought is, I can't believe our hated enemies would attack. We must destroy them all.
Oh, Githyanki, Githyanki.
You have no idea.
Oh, we had one of those guys, and they really hated the Illithids.
Yeah, but the most hated enemy of Illithids.
Well, something to pose to the rest of the group. Just trying to think. I guess I would do one in the Elder Brain area. This is the one I'm worried about, the Elder Brain one, because I might just get overwhelmed or something.
This is incredibly powerful. Yeah.
That's why I had the Impregnable Mind up.
Do you want you to make a saving throw versus paralyzation, please?
Does thingy help?
Wisdom will help you.
I need to look.
Wisdom will help.
Well, Impregnable Mind gives me plus
8,
4 saving throws.
Yep, yeah, that will help too.
Oh.
I mean, 1 is still always a
hang
failure,
on.
but
I'll just roll for the minute.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I read that right.
This is where Ald can do a Republic serial cliffhanger as your brain gets eaten.
I'll just do a plus
do a
20. I'll
D20,
see
that's
what
fine. I mean, it might be a 20, you know? I'm pretty sure a 15 is a success. Especially with bonuses. Alright, the power of the thought almost overwhelms you, almost knocks you out unconscious. But you do manage to, with the help of that spell and your own force of will, keep that from happening. What you do get is an emotion of fear, an emotion of panic and desperation. This entity is just about to try something, and it has no idea if it's going to succeed or not, but it is desperate. And it is going to attempt to wipe out all of the enemies that have breached their defenses, come into its own chamber, and it is going to try something to wipe them out once and for all.
But it also wiped itself out in the process, one might conclude.
That's up to you.
We're here for a couple of days.
The thought was very strange too, because it was like dozens of voices all saying the same thing at the same time, or dozens of thoughts, but all having the exact same thought, all in unison.
Yeah,
it's like a chorus of voices.
Was there any I'm pretty certain I'll get, like, unless I know something very specific, I would always get the same kind of response. There's all the other bedrooms are all basically the same.
Yeah, you can't distinguish. I mean, like they had different personal items and stuff like that, but you can't distinguish positions or ranks or anything like that.
It's just trying for luck for another fort somewhere. I'll just try the scriptorium room again. I don't know.
So
Maybe
some of
they need
the bedrooms did have their doors smashed down. Like some of them
Oh,
were
yeah,
closed
no.
and some of them were smashed down. You could try seeing if.
Yeah.
Okay.
I might get the attacker
Okay.
from smash door. No, that's a good idea.
All right.
I do have to spell. I would have taken the spell idea memorized. Not that. Or maybe I would have cast it
That's fine.
at some point.
Yeah, cast an idea would definitely say, hey, maybe we'll get something different in one of those bedrooms that have been smashed up.
idea.
In there, you do pick up the idea of what is clearly an attacker, and you can kind of see through their eyes as they're running through an Illithid that appears to have just been getting up out of bed. You get this gloating impression from this mind of joy at slaughtering the hated enemies. You can't make out who is exactly thinking it, other than the fact that it is the attacker.
Alright, well that's my 6 thought captures. I will share what I've learned with
But
the party.
before that, I need you to make a saving throw versus death.
Okay. Yeah.
You are
pretty
getting
sure I
the
got
bonus
7.
from Impregnable Mind, though.
Yeah, that's more than easily a success.
Okay. So that the end of that thought is followed by a feeling of extreme mental pain and almost obliteration. You think something like just destroyed its mind in that following instant.
Oh, that's what the Elder Brain did. Yeah. Oh, that's a good thing I saved against that. That would have been a most unfortunate way of dying.
That could have been bad. That could have been bad. I mean, at least you were wearing your Ring of Regeneration, which might have helped. You know? You don't know.
Well, yeah, but my intelligence might have gone down, or my wisdom might have gone down from that.
Dang it, that book I stole, now wasted. It might have happened. But we are going to take our break now. When we come back, Lafdul can share his findings with the party, and they can discuss that. See if that leads to anything further that they want to do.
Sounds good.
But that will be in about 10 minutes, everyone. Good time to stretch your legs, get something to eat or drink, and we will be back in just a few minutes. See you shortly,
Nice to be
everyone.
able to stretch legs.
We'll see you then.